Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a video that you guys have been requesting for such a long time, and I'm not sure why it's taken me so long to film, but I'm gonna be sharing with you how our family keeps the Disney magic alive in between Disney trips, and I'm really glad that you're here. So if you have been following along for a while, you know that I am doing a video every day during this period of great unpleasantness. We all probably just heard the news that the Disney parks are closed indefinitely. That's very scary, and I know a lot of us are feeling a little sad and we're not sure when our next Disney trip is going to be. So I thought it would be the perfect opportunity for me to share with you how we keep the Disney magic alive in between trips. Now, what you may not know about us as a family is that we didn't actually go to Disney every year when the boys were growing up. We didn't become Disney vacation members until 2012. And prior to that, our trips got canceled a lot, either for job loss or for, 1 year the air conditioner went out and had to be replaced, and there went the vacation money. So there were a lot of reasons over the years that we had to postpone a Disney trip, and I really worked hard to keep the kids excited about Disney, to keep myself excited about Disney in between those trips. So one of my favorite ways was every Saturday morning at our house was Disney morning, and I would get up and make Mickey Mouse chocolate chip pancakes. I had one of those silicone molds for a while, but it was kind of difficult to work with, so I just would make a big circle and two smaller circles. Very creative. And we would put either Disney Channel on and watch some of the boys' favorite shows, which in our situation, we're talking American Dragon, Phineas and Ferb, Lizzie McGuire, shows like that. Or I would put on my Walt Disney World Parks official album, and we would listen to Disney theme park music. Now, of course, you have Spotify, so you have so many great playlists, but it was just something we did every Saturday, honestly, all the way through high school. I don't mind telling you that as they got older, a lot of times I was doing Disney morning by myself because they were still asleep, but I would still make those gosh darn pancakes and still put Disney music on. And still now, I don't do it every Saturday, but you know what? I might do it tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Sunday, but I might do it tomorrow to do my own little independent Disney morning, because just something about it makes me happy, brings me joy, brings back memories, and helps us look forward to our next trip. Another thing we always did, and this is something you can do right now, is we would read Disney books. Now, if you don't have a lot of Disney books, I will go on Amazon and look for some that I think would be great for different ages and put those down in my affiliate storefront if you guys want. We would kind of pick up a book every time we were at the parks, and then there were books that we got from various places throughout the years. I'm going to show you guys one of them that I am completely obsessed with. Hold on a minute. I purchased this book as part of their surprise for our very first trip to Walt Disney World. I think the twins were 6 and Jack was 9. We had never been to Walt Disney World before. Well, I had been when I was a kid, but they had never been. And this was in their surprise box. Now, funny story. It was supposed to be this great surprise because we told them we were going to San Antonio and to SeaWorld, and we were driving from our house in Dallas to Orlando, which is a very, very long drive. It ended up being like 20 hours. And I had prepared this box with stuffed animals and snacks and things to keep them busy. And the plan was we were going to open the box, and Mickey was holding a sign that said Lefforge Family, Walt Disney World. I had ordered it through Shop Disney. And the twins burst into tears, said we were liars, and cried for about 2 hours because they really wanted to go to San Antonio. So once we convinced them that Disney World was actually going to be better than San Antonio, the vacation improved. But Scott kept looking at me like, you know what? What I learned is just don't surprise the twins. They don't do so well. They need to know exactly what's going to happen. But this is the book that I got. Obviously this one isn't still in print, but I will see if I can find one similar. Y'all check this book out. Okay, you open it up, and here is your very first page. Is that gorgeous. You've got the castle and Main Street, and then over here you've got Toontown and Tomorrowland. I love that you've got Mickey and the gang. You've got Pluto sticking out over here. You've got Dumbo on the other side. It is just the most beautiful pop-up book. Now, how this book has stayed in this good of condition all of these years, I haven't the foggiest idea. But you've also got this page, which has Epcot on it and World Showcase in the back. And then you've got Disney MGM Studios. And yes, that's what it was called. And then you've got Animal Kingdom. You've got Zazu in the front. The boys just loved this book. We had destroyed so many books over the years. How this one was spared, I have no idea, but I absolutely love it. As they got bigger, we would read books like this is the Kingdom Keeper series. We have all of these books. I think these are fantastic for adults, not just kids. So definitely, if you have not read these, you need to read these. You will love them. I would say probably 2nd grade and up, age appropriate. It's a little bit scary in parts, so, you know, gauge it on your own child. But we loved all of the Kingdom Keepers books. I like reading books that are kind of, you know, like Disney Wars is a great one that came out recently. I'm just a reader and my kids are readers. You can also get books like this one is one of the ones we bought at the parks. I think we got this at the Art of Disney store, but this is Walt Disney Imagineering and just gorgeous photographs and tons of great articles. And if your kids are interested in Imagineering at all, I know they can find everything online, but isn't there just something, I mean, there is for me, maybe I'm the only one, but about picking up an actual book with actual photographs and flipping through the pages, it's just the best. And then my favorite book in my collection, the one that I now don't read nearly as much because it's kind of falling apart, is my Disneyland book. And my mom actually purchased this before I was born. So this one just has so many retro throwback pictures. I actually don't really read this one that much anymore. Well, for one reason, because I've read it like 8 billion times, but also because it's literally falling apart. But the pictures are beautiful and the words are beautiful. So Disney books are a fantastic way to keep the magic alive. So now that I am a grown-up, of course, the main way I keep the Disney magic alive is with my YouTube channel. So, you know, I've been talking about Disney stuff now for 2 years and there doesn't seem to be any stopping. I seem to continue to have lots to talk about, lots to share with you guys. And it gives me a little piece of the magic both through your comments and through thinking up content, making sure that I know what's going on in the news at Walt Disney World because it's part of my job. And then of course, making sure I'm always planning to go on a trip. You know, what are the restaurants that are opening? What attractions do I need to be sure and hit? So the fact that I found a way to turn my Disney passion into my day job is a spectacular way for me to keep the magic alive. And I know a lot of you have done that because maybe you're Disney travel agents, maybe you plan trips for other people, but we've all found ways to incorporate Disney into our daily life, and now it really is part of almost everything that I do, and I just love that. And then of course, planning our Disney trips. One of my favorite things about being a Disney Vacation Club member is we almost always have a trip planned. I can tell you, since we joined in 2012, there has not been more than a couple of months that have gone by in any calendar year that we have not had a trip planned, something to look forward to. Now, granted, those plans don't always come to fruition the way that I hope that they will. But the very fact that I've got one on the calendar and I'm planning it and I'm doing research brings me a lot of joy and just keeps me from feeling like I'm never going to be back again, even if it's been as much as a couple of years in between visits. So that might be you today. You may have had a trip scheduled maybe last month or this month, or maybe you have one scheduled for May. I have a Disneyland trip scheduled for May that I'm starting to think is not going to happen. And you're kind of feeling bummed out about it, I would say go ahead and plan anyway. Go and watch my playlist. We're doing a fantasy Disney trip planning series. I'll put the link right here. We're planning for my 50th birthday, but you could be planning for whatever fun thing it is that you have coming up. And even if that trip is 2 or 3 years away, who cares? If you like doing the planning, do the planning. If you like doing the research, do the research. And if you have people in your life that kind of look at you crossways about that, then, come hang out with me. Because I promise nobody here at Jen Lefforge is going to judge you for your love and passion of Disney. And with everything that we're going through, if that is what brings you joy, then you go for it. And I am 100% for you. So I hope you enjoyed this today. Please make sure you're subscribed to this channel and to my other channel, Joyful Living, if you want to have a few minutes every day that is just fun and joyful. And I'm really glad that you were here. Make sure you're being really good to each other. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.